Well, well, well. Look who it is.
Hey guys, Mr. C here. Welcome to Pizza Night. Come on in, I'll show you what we got cooking tonight. First up on our ingredients, we have a cup and a third of flour. Make sure we get it all in there. Next up, we have a teaspoon of baking powder. Make sure it's in there. And last but not least, we have a teaspoon of, or a half teaspoon, excuse me, of salt. Next step, once we got all our dry ingredients in there, we're gonna mix it up nice and good. Make sure it's all mixed around. Here we go. Just shake it down there. Okay, let's put this off to the side. Then we're gonna come over here. We are going to add 2 tablespoons of oil. Here is number 1. Here is number 2. Ooh, right up to the top. Perfect. Last but not least, we are going to add what is this? Half a cup of milk. We're going to pour that in there. Once we got all the wet ingredients in there, we're going to take our hands, we're going to go in there, and we're going to knead the dough. We're going to mix it up. Make sure it's all mixed up there together. Alright, so now we have our dough in a nice little ball. What we're going to do next, we're going to put it on the pan, and we're going to push in with the heel of our palm. Then we're going to flip it over, push in again. Flip over, kneading the dough. You're going to do this 10 to 20 times here. A little bit more flour. Don't be afraid to add a little bit more flour here. The trick in this process is just to work the dough and keep working it with the heel of your palm. So next up, after you're done with the kneading process, you want to shape your dough. Now the trick with this is just don't be too aggressive with it. Take your time a little bit here. 2 quick keys are you don't want any holes or anything going. You don't want to see the pan beneath it. The second tip I will tell you here is you want everything to have the same level of the same thickness in there. If you don't, it's going to cook a little uneven and it's not going to taste great. I like thin crust, so I've spread mine a little bit thinner than most of you will probably do. But get creative with it. You can do any shape you want. You can do dinosaurs, you can do bunny rabbits, anything you want. You can do Mr. C's head, anything, okay? So after the crust has been in the oven for 10 minutes, we're going to take that crust out. We're going to put our toppings on. Let's see what we got. We're in here. Ooh, it is crisping up nicely. We're going to put it on top of our cutting board on a cooling sheet. Next up, we're going to take our sauteed veggies that we've had, and we're just say it. I can edit it out. What?
Sauce.
Okay. Is it still going?
Yeah.
Now, most people do a red sauced based pizza, but tonight we're going to be going white sauced. Now, we are going to add our veggies on next.
Yeah.
Now, most people do a red sauce based pizza, but tonight we're going white sauce, which means we're going to add a little bit of our olive oil as the base here. We're just going to do a little bit. Perfect. Next up, we're going to put our toppings on it. Tonight we have sauteed veggies over here. Didn't want to bore you with that easy stuff. You guys can do that on your own. And we're just going to mix this around. I have a fork here so you don't burn your hands. That's super important here. Next up, we're actually going to take a little bit of our tuna. We're just going to put that on there. A little bit different, but give it a shot. You might like it. It could be good. So that's what we're doing. Taking that. Now, obviously, the last step, the thing we have not done yet, we are gonna use our cheese. If you have a fancy cheese grater like this, you can use it with your block of cheese, and you just go up and down, just like that, just like in the restaurants. All right. It's looking good. So I am going to add in some other cheese here, a little bit different again, but being different is fun. Alright, that's our pizza, and we're going to put it back in the oven, and we're going to heat it up.